Hello, gamers. It's time to pick up where I left off 2 weeks ago. Where was that exactly? I don't remember. It was 2 weeks ago. You can't blame me for that. Oh, that's right. I think we were going to actually start invading places. It's Back to the Future. It's actually kind of hard to tell. Now that I think about it, because the cycle is in the 200s. There's some kind of reset when the gates fall, so it's not exactly clear how this relates to the current calendar we use. It's time to actually start cleaning up the mess that the bugs left. It's time to get a bunch of Marines and raid their worlds until they decivilize. I think that's the next step. We've put it off for too long. It's time we actually do something. The pesticide fleet is arriving. That's exactly right. It's time to bring the supersized can of raid. Get it? Raid, because we're raiding them? It fits perfectly. I remember reading some very old posts from Alex when he mentions year 3000 or something. That would be a lot further than what I would have actually guessed. I would have guessed it would be still in the 2000s at some point. Humanity was the real bugs all along. Hey now. You're an all-star. I guess that means I'm going to need some revenants. But can I just build the revenants? Can I just build them? Or do I have to go buy them? High tech. Oh, of course, I have the Harbinger blueprint. I should have known. I wonder... Or no, it's not the Revenant, it's the Phantom. I was saying the wrong word, never mind. But I still don't have that either. I do like how in vanilla there's high-tech, but then there's one Tritachyon that's completely separate. Design type Tritachyon. It's technically not a high-tech ship, it's a Tritachyon ship. Even though it's exactly the same color. Oh wait, no, actually, high-tech, that's what that looks like. I think it's a lighter shade of blue. No, it's the same. I'm imagining things. Okay. Sectoring the stars again, I see. Fascinating. It is. But I am going to need some... Well, to be fair, a lot of the Volkov ships do have aerodynamic design, which does boost ground combat. That's not what I was planning for, but it has turned out in my favor here. So these little guys bring 30 each, and then these bring 90 each. That's a total of 240. Not bad. All I need to do is get a couple Phantoms or... Alex getting owned by kites will never not be funny. Looks like 0.98 is somewhat close now. Wait, Alex got owned by kites? Oh, yeah, I didn't check social media yet. There it is. Getting absolutely wrecked by a but it looks harmless kite with torpedoes when I start playtesting is just tradition at this point. Yeah, I mean, especially in the early game, if you get like reinforced bulkheads on a kite, reinforced bulkheads and expanded missile racks, you slap on some torpedoes. You can always recover it if it dies, Oh no, my kite has 5 demods. It's a kite. Who cares? Just eat the demods. Get 4 torpedoes. Get 4 Reapers per kite. Classic move. Maybe I should try that. Honestly, I'm thinking of doing like a bounty hunter run where I specifically am only allowed to make money through bounty hunting. That could be interesting. It would be a bit of a, like, obviously once you get to the mid game it's not that bad, but the early game would be a bit more challenging. Finally doing your gerb. Hey, I posted a Star Sector video recently. Just didn't do a Star Sector live stream. Yeah, can't you use the derelict skill? Well, yeah, you can bring them down to 1 deployment point, but then you're going to run out of fleet limit pretty fast. And then everyone's going to go, well, just use fleet limit by deployment points. In which case, yeah, you could do that. You could. You could get derelict operations, get all your kites with 5D mods, so they only have 1 deployment point, and then launch 100 of them. You can do that. Why is there a bug as commander? It's a skin condition. Alright, Robert Smith is a very normal human. He has proven himself to be a very reliable and normal human. He just has a skin condition. You know, we're getting him treatment. He's going to be okay. Now that being said, let's try and grab ourselves some Marines. Should also be using these. So is there anything here that I would really want them for? I guess the Star Fortress. Power up the Star Fortress. Which is so funny that the AIs get helmsmanship. Ah yes, the skin condition grows that it grows antennas. Yeah, haven't you heard of it? Yeah, that's exactly the one I'm talking about. Should I upgrade? Should I put up a thing here or not? What is it, like 25% extra fleet size? Low stability. Hold on. What do you mean low stability? Why is the stability 3? No, the stability is 5. One cooler guy, 42069. Once again, the funny number. Urk-1 precursors? One-eyed talking space orange? What are you talking about, Captain Chadicus Rex? It's time to wake up. Those bugs aren't going to obliterate themselves. We need the power of the Chadicus unit to get them. That's pretty funny. Yes, Chadicus Rex has a... The whole Star Control thing was just a dream. Alright, that's not a real game that exists. It was all an illusion. We were just watching the dreams of Chadicus Rex as he was in hibernation. As they were like he was a bit tired, he was a bit eepy. So as we were traveling back home, he got into a hibernation pod and had a very, very weird dream with giant talking centipedes. Which is not that different from what we're facing right now, but it was like a bigger centipede than the bugs. Just trust me, it was really big. They were a lot more talkative too. Yeah, that's what the Star Sector mod was the other day. Precisely. You guys understand. Yeah, so I still can't remove this. But it's fine, it's not taking up that much space. Oh, right, I almost finished commerce writing. I think first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find a couple of their fleets to blast out of orbit so I can finish this questline. Okay, woke up from a nap in time to catch the start. Perfect timing. That's incredible. I do enjoy the implication that Chadicus dreams at like 144p. Wait, you're telling me that you don't? Do you guys dream in like wait, you guys dream in high definition? Isn't that kind of weird? Like, I thought your brain power was reduced when you're sleeping, so, like, everything has to get grainy because you just don't have enough, like, processing power to fully resolve everything. Wow, an actual live stream. Can't believe I made it to this one. Won't be able to watch the whole thing, but glad to be here. Well, it's good to see you, Kurazar. Yeah, I think my first goal is going to be taking out a couple Tritachyon fleets. And then we're going to worry about... Yeah, I've got some Marines, but I could use more. And I also want to restore my gown, which is going to take a couple 100,000 more credits. Not going to take too long to earn all of that, but it's doable. If your dream is grainy, get new glasses. Oh, is that what it is? Well, I've never worn glasses, but I'll get new ones anyways. I dream in text adventure. Nice. Yeah, the hegemony are going to try and bother me. That's... yep. Yep, that sounds about right. Where is the Commerce Raiders? Apparently the hegemony is just everywhere. Yeah, investigators, you guys can... hold on. Upcoming hegemony inspection. I mean, these guys could just do it right now, but I guess not. They're too busy chasing some Ludic pilgrims. Like a dog with a bone. Is there really no Commerce Raiders? Seriously. I guess Tritakyon's is having a little trouble producing them after getting their asses whooped. That's gotta be it. Oh, no, void creatures just spawned in. I was hoping that would be Commerce Raiders, but no. It's just some hell spawn from the depths of the abyss. Nothing important, nothing really all that interesting, honestly. Gotta go back to the egg holder. Does 1600 by 1200 count as high definition? That's just like right on... That is just barely under. Like the standard is... Oh, no, is it? Because it's normally 1920 by 1080. So I guess the resolution would be similar. It's just a weird ratio. I guess so. That is a good question. With a very interesting answer. Fuel injector's not the end of the world. Structural damage, not... I mean, I do want to restore these, but I want to do the gown first, because it's the big monster flagship. I think for both of these, I probably want to S-mod... Probably the automated repair unit, because I do want a little more vents. So I'm going to want to S-mod one of these, and I don't think I need 15, I think 9 will be enough. Which means that I'm S-modding one of these. And out of these three, I think... Like, armored weapon mounts is a pretty good bonus, but because these are all magazine weapons, it's not that useful. Resistant flux conduits only increases it by 10%, so... And besides, like, the venting is based off of the main hull, not the side hull, so that actually doesn't do anything. Which just leaves the automated repair unit. And reduced repair time is pretty useful. Is it time to make some money by selling arms to the space radicals? Well, I mean, unfortunately, as much as I would love to do that, you know, they don't actually destabilize the planet until the next patch. At least in the next patch, when you arm the Volturnian, like, rebellion, they actually destabilize the planet. You know, they actually get out there and do something. But as it stands, all I make is like a pile of cash, and, you know, I can't go arming radicals on Volturn without at least accomplishing something. If I'm just making money in the process, oh, how it hurts my soul. I would be such a terrible guy. I can't stand for that. I can only do it if it accomplishes something, which means we're going to have to wait for the next patch to come out. Yeah, I just need more... Yeah, unfortunately, it's not as simple as just killing the Commerce Raiders, I guess. Well, I did start a war with Tritakion, too, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So I should be able to easily go attack their trade convoys back in the core worlds and not worry about it too much. Guys, it was Ludic Pilgrims. You didn't need to send 2 inspector fleets after it. Isn't it a bit overkill? Damn. Next patch scares me because Alex decided to add the most ominous patch note physically possible. We've added threat. What kind of threat? Good question. Yeah, I guess I'll hang out over here and hopefully catch some trade convoys. Well, there's definitely something happening. Apparently, there's a lot of pirates, right? It's pirate season. They're migrating like a flock of birds. And the game even has the audacity to give me bonus experience, please. Bonus experience this. The pirates want a tango. Well, I don't mind. It'll be a nice warm-up. You know, it's been, John Starsector's got to stretch his legs a little bit, He's been in cryosleep for a couple weeks. David Attenborough-style commentary on Kanta when? That's a good question. Because if there was a character to do commentary on, like they're a wild animal, Kanta would be the one. I can't think of a better candidate, really. FTL musics. Yeah, you've got the rock music, which sounds... Somehow the rock combat music sounds the least combat-y. Like, the other ones all sound like, oh yeah, this is combat mode, but the rock music is just... It's not quite as intimidating. It's not as quite as Fwifo emote when. That's a good idea. Fwifo is pretty emote worthy. Oh yeah, that's something that's actually hampering my DPS. I forgot about this. I noticed this the last game, or the last time I played, is these Efreet Mark IIs are actually not... It's like, even though I have them on auto-fire, and they do have tracking, they only seem to fire if they point straight at the target. Which is weird, because they have really good tracking. They should just fire if there's anything in range, but no. They only fire when they're pointing straight at the target. Which is a problem, because they have such a fast recharge rate that they can fire pretty much constantly anyways. And there's also the slightly annoying fact that because one of them streams out, they have a slight mismatch in their timing. If I could get one that's... If I could get another one so that they actually match, that would be nice. My favorite FTL music is the Vacuum Enjoyers. Ah, yes. The new guys that were added in Advanced Edition. Oh, I've also got fighters, that's right. We've got a little bit of everything here. Go kill them. I don't know what kind of Kool-Aid these pirates were drinking, but they Really did not think this one through. Yes, look at that. He's hitting it. He's hitting it. And a slam dunk. Would you look at that? He's hitting his rift torpedoes. It's a slam dunk. Absolutely obliterated. They're not even going to have anything to send back to the families. Well, if pirates had families, but they don't. We all know pirates. Pirates don't have families. They just kind of spawn in. Just like real pirates. It's actually pretty... I'd say it's pretty lore accurate to the real world, where pirates just kind of... You know, they pop in. Nobody really knows where they come from, honestly. It's a question that scientists still haven't been able to answer. Oh, that's a good tachyon shot. Nice. I gotta say, I am liking the Volkov Industries cruisers. This fleet feels pretty good. Using Omega weapons on a civilian hull should get you arrested. Using Omega weapons in a civilian hull is a war crime. Yeah, we'll send a couple of chasers. We got them. We'll take their stuff. Cool. Not what I was looking for, but I'll take it. You guys... No, I want it... What is that thing? I want to chase that thing. What if that was a trade convoy? I guess I've got to do it. I thought I was going to attack a trade convoy, but if I want to finish this event, I've got to do it myself. I'm going to go to Yggdrasil. And I'm going to raid a planet, I guess. No, wait, there they are. Hold on. Let's catch these guys. Eburn? Nope. Too late. Sucks to be you. That is a lot of organics that I cannot even fit. That's solid plus 10. One point off. 1 point off because this one buffalo got away. Alright, now we got it. For sure. 100%. There we go. We've done it. I did it. Hooray. What, no fanfare? No music? Come on. Actually, that might be kind of cool, is when you finish an event like this, you get like a musical cue. You know, like a level up sound or something. How long have you been live? 20 minutes. Why, do you think I just stayed on since yesterday? Do you think this is like a 24-hour? No, I just started. How long have you been alive? Now that's a different question. With a very interesting answer. Unfortunately, that's going to cost you 1 million Starbucks. And no, not the coffee chain restaurant. It's a special kind of currency. Ooh, they keep doing that. That's... Oh, are you going to fight me? Are you going to fight me? No, you're not. You don't stand a chance. Maybe I can go raid Kulan. Or can I raid this one? I'm probably going to have to... If I had to guess... Well, yeah, they know who I am, obviously. If I have to guess... I think I'm going to have to destroy the starbase. Yeah, I'm a little short. It's kind of odd, though. I thought they were far enough that they weren't supporting the starbase there. Then again, I can just blow them all out of the water. Blow them out of the sky anyways. Engage the defenders. The defenders are refusing to give battle to defend the colony. Okay. But how do I destroy the starbase then? I'm clicking on the starbase, am I not? Oh no, it's undergoing repairs already. Wait. I just don't have enough raid strength. Huh. Okay. It's been a month since Alex released the patch notes. When are we getting the update? It's coming when it comes. Simple as that. Now this one we can probably deal with. This one will probably be easy enough. Because this is a smaller market, so it should be fine. Although there's not really, there's not really any point to this. I'm just doing it to spite Tritachyon. I guess what I really should be doing is going to the hegemony and picking up more Marines. I guess that's my next step. Star Fortress. Not for long. Wow, you actually hit a Reaper on that thing. Nice. I'm just going to park my gown in orbit of the planet and watch it get reduced to dust. That sounds fine. I'd be wary of the Harbinger. I'll be wary of it when it decides to get close. But for now, it's too scared. Alright, let's see if I can finish this thing off. I guess not. Get overloaded. I was kind of hoping that would... There we go. Got that one. Yeah, we can always smooth things over by talking to our favorite executive. That's true. After this, I should have enough money to just repair the gown, or restore it. I'm going to buy up a bunch of Marines, and we're going to go take on our first Hybrid World. And see how that goes. Again, I buy a lot of Marines just to be sure, but I think the first one we're going to take on are going to be the ones that they've captured from humans. Harbinger plus Doom plus High-Tech Fortress is quite the combo. Yes. That is the kinds of things that Tritachyon do. It's just too bad they're going up against John Star Sector. Otherwise, I might stand a chance. Burn. There we go. Oh, there's still... This one survived. I couldn't tell. It looked too trashed. I thought it was already destroyed. Yeah, I think they're all just going to run away at this point. Although the fighters could destroy these. Yeah, we'll let them take those, claim victory, sure. And there we get another Alpha Core. Excellent. Disrupt industry. Huh. Apparently we're going to get heavy casualties no matter what. Which seems odd. Well, whatever. Let's go get more Marines. Over cargo capacity. Well, you know how to solve that. All those organics we took from their convoy, we're dumping it into space. The one place nobody will think to look. Alright, now let's go hit up the hegemony and get some Marines. Do you have any build tips for Tempest? I was experimenting with some setups. Well, I think a really simple setup that seems to work is just going double phase lance with advanced optics. It's going to struggle to kill larger ships a little bit by itself, but that's just normally true anyways. Like, the lack of hard flux does kind of hurt there, but double phase lance makes it a real killer against other frigates. And because it's particularly well suited for, because it's the fastest frigate. Why am I so slow? Oh yeah, I guess that's right, I'm relying on going into space and getting the hyperspace topography bonus. Speaking of, I should probably get Nox. I've got 4 story points, alright. 2.5 million. And just ignore missiles? I mean, you can get missiles too. I think, like, just as a baseline, starting with the double phase lance should work well. And then you can experiment with whatever missiles you like. Like, you could go with, like, the Sabo autoloader, you could go with the Reaper autoloader. You could throw in, like, a Swarmer. There's a lot of different things you could do. Just, I think if you've got the baseline of, like, maxed out capacitors, double phase lance with advanced optics, then that serves as a good baseline, and then you can experiment a little bit with the rest of it. Yeah, I wouldn't want to tell you exactly how to build it. That's part of the fun. As much as I do want to restore that, I also want to buy a large number of Marines. Not that they're available. I mean, really, I should just be going to... I should be going to my own military... Well, no, I have heavy industry, but I don't have a military, do I? That's right, I have to wait for this place to actually grow. Not this one. No, the other one. Yeah, orbital works. Yeah, because, wait, it said like minus 30% stability a minute ago, but now the stability is totally fine. Yeah, I need to wait for this to hit the next size so I can actually get a military. That's right. That's what I was doing. That's why I even started Nord Stream Alpha. That was the entire point. Wait, 4 administrators? Isn't it normally 2? Is this like an Exerlin thing where they give you twice as many admins? It's possible. Alright, let's get ourselves... Yeah, because the easy way to get more Marines would just be to have a military base, but I don't have one yet. So I'm going to have to rely on the hegemony. How many Marines do I have already? 235. I'm pretty sure I have 240 for the ground support, which means I can still buy more. Yeah, I guess I'm going to get the Valkyrie for this specific purpose. Let's get a little of that, a little of that. Not too worried about what you're outfitted with. I don't think it matters. Yeah, we'll go with that. Now, in theory, the Valkyrie could be a combat ship as well. It's this. Remember, this thing is a destroyer with the same number of deployment points as the Buffalo Mark II. But it actually has like a shield with 0.8 efficiency. So if it, as a platform for converted hangar, it doesn't have all the missiles of a Buffalo Mark II, but it does have a bit more durability. And speed while you're at it. It's worth thinking about. Everything is a combat ship if you're brave enough. That's true. Maybe I should do a civilian ship only run. Now that would be something. Oh, so I can buy combat mechs, but I can't buy Marines. Is that what this is? Really? That's what you're telling me? I've tried civilian only, it's cancer? Yeah, probably. Didn't I do a video where I fought stations with nothing but the Prometheus? I did. I did bring a bunch of Prometheus and fight stations. It was very funny. You always end up resorting to spam the USSR fleet. Yeah, well, if you can't do quality, you gotta do quantity. Which, to be fair, is something very different from what I usually do. So I think it would stand out compared to my other videos. Right? It wouldn't, or maybe if I tried to do multiple civilian runs, that would become an issue. But if I just do one, then, you know, leaning into spam for that particular run wouldn't be that big of a deal. Well, I do have some more S mods I could, or S points. Does this thing need anything? Do I want any special upgrades? I don't think so. I think it's fine if I just S-mod a targeting unit. Throw down a couple burst lasers. Get a few more caps. Yeah, it seems good. And that's a bit safer. That's a lot of burst lasers, though. Maybe these frontal ones. Although the flux is already maxed out. You know what it could use? It could use a flux distributor. Because it really is maxed out on flux. That's what I'm going to get. Let's get more DPS. And then while we're at it, get like a railgun or something. Heck, we can go like railgun ion cannon. That's new. Let's move those. Yes. Just like this. Let's throw it up against the Conquest, because the Conquest is very easy to bully. Has anyone asked you about how you would build the Ziggurat? I think people have asked before. It's just not something that's... not really something I've gotten around to, because I just don't find it that interesting. It's like, it's the Ziggurat. You can kind of beat whatever you want with that ship. There's like it's powerful enough that you can do a wide variety of loadouts that'll work, so you might as well just pick whatever's fun. You know, X build, whatever build you pick might not be the optimized one, but it's still gonna work. Yeah, I think that was alright. Although the ion cannon seems a bit pointless when it's just killing the enemy. Now that I think about it. Maybe, oh, that's a triple burst laser with only one railgun. Well, that's different. Yeah, I think that could work. In fact, I could switch this back to a burst laser and maybe go with double antimatter SRM instead of the Reaper. Once I get back, of course. Not right now. Yeah, elite impact mitigation. I mean, I'd kind of prefer helmsmanship, but that's fine. Right, especially, while the armor is low, the 50% reduced engine and weapon damage is always good. Elite missile specialization, very good with the Omega missiles. Combat endurance, target analysis. I mean, yeah, maybe not the perfect setup. I'd probably prefer ballistic mastery over systems expertise, given that it has this built-in ballistic weapon. I'd probably prefer that, but overall this is a decent skill set. I think Eggman can stay. Yeah, the Volkov ships are getting some love in this one. Now, is there anywhere else that I can buy large quantities of Marines? Let's head over to some more military planets, yeah? Oh, come on. I just bought a few Marines. It's not a big deal. Come on, officer. Surely you could overlook this. Man, those hivers. They sure don't know when to give up. I mean, at this point, the main thing I need to do... Like, I don't think... For the Hiver planet specifically, I believe they have pretty insane defenses, so I doubt I'm ever going to have enough. Like, it's not realistic to buy all of the Marines I need just from the other factions. I do have to build a military base. I want to get those large quantities. Who is going to be my first target? Which planet exactly? Why would you ever even land on their worlds? Well, I would love to saturation bombardment, but I think that's going to piss off everyone else. I think everyone else is going to hate me. 300? Wow. Okay, this is where all the Marines are hiding, apparently. Oh, I get 2,000. Nice. Do you guys have any other Valkyries lying around? Well, not here. Valkyrie. There you are. Nope, that's a military market, though. They can't buy those. Okay, cool. Right, so, let's have a look at where the Hivers are. They're out here. Well, I guess we're going to head out over here and see what happens. We're going to have a look at exactly how difficult these are. I mean, if they were able to steal them from Diablo Avionics, then surely I could steal them back. No problem. Surely, nothing will go wrong. 1,100 Marines. Where did you even come from? Yeah, I know. Oh boy. Alright. Here we go. So I want you to capture that. I want you to capture that. You can capture that. You can escort that. And we move. It's a good thing I've got all these fighters to deal with all these phase ships. Doomers. Yeah, that's what a flock of dooms is called. They're called doomers. Oh, those harbingers could be a problem. You know, in theory. It would be nice if my, Hey, do you think you could go capture that instead of not doing that? I actually really need to deploy stuff. Thanks. Yeah, of course, the Dooms are going to kill my frigate. I think this is going to be one of those pain-in-the-ass fights where I don't actually get to deploy everything. Because I think they also have electronic warfare. So good luck. Jeez, just kill it already. There we go. Come on now. Yeah, those missiles are not going to do well. I deployed the wrong ship here, really. I should have deployed somebody else. Throwing in the missile ship against the phase ships was a bad idea. Yeah, this is not going to end well for you. Sorry. I just need to take out these damn Harbingers, because they're their big threat, I think. If I have having multiple of them on the... Well, one of them's retreating. One of them's over here. Yes, yes, blow it up. Come on. There we go. Yeah, he's not going to make it out. That's a shame. And now they're all going to harass me, aren't they? Where are all my fighters? You know, I'm targeting these ships. I don't know where you guys are. Oh, you were chasing something on the other side of the map. Of course. You see, the problem is when you've got multiple of them on you, it's kind of hard to sustain pressure on one. Turns out spamming phase ships is not that bad. The Sky Splitter even got. How about you guys just stick together in a ball, yeah? I think that would be... I think that would be good. Because killing one Doom is going to take forever. We are not equipped for this phase fleet. Aside from, like, the Gown having a lot of fighters, but that's kind of it. IR Auto Lances are not bad either. Yeah, these Dooms, let's see, level 7 officers, double S mods, yeah, they're going to kill stuff. I'm going to have to recover my entire fleet after this battle, aren't I? You guys showed up at the best time. Thank you. I wasn't doing anything important. At the very least, they're going to burn through their performance time, so worst comes to worst, we can just outlast them in that way. Apparently this guy's doing a good job surviving. I guess he's just fast enough. But yeah, I think they've wiped out the entire fleet except for the Gown and those things. Isn't it fun fighting phase ships? It's so fun. Certainly requires a bit more of a more specialized strategy. You can't just come in here with like a fleet that just does okay generically. It's not going to cut it. Yeah, rip to the Focalors. See this one? This guy's doing alright. All that's left is these Dooms. And without Harbingers to support them, I don't think they're that scary. Uh-oh, they're cornering it with all the mines. Yeah, no, let's try to get one ship out of here intact. It is a bit annoying that for the blue missiles I have to spam click to actually make them fire. Because they can obviously track a target that's offset, that's, you know, off center. But they just don't, auto fire just won't shoot. Alright, let's see if we can get this guy. Is he running? He's running. He is running. You think you can come in here and do all this damage and then just run away. I'm going to personally run you down. absolutely brutal. We got completely brutalized by these bastards. Oh, I guess I can recover one of these without spending a story point. Cool. I'll add it to my collection. Well, that certainly freed up a lot of crew space. And I get 1 story point for that. Which is probably because S-mods don't count towards the fight difficulty. Yes, phase fleets are pretty strong. Turns out. Even if the AI can be a little quirky at times. Attack or victory, of course. The Hivers usually win those. Here comes the AI inspection. Well, well, well. Now that I think about it. I forgot, the battle was so long, I forgot what we were doing. It was certainly not... Now is not a good time. I need to go get more guys. We're running out of guys. No, pirate raiders, come on now. Go attack the Hivers. Send dudes. You mean send nudes? No, I said send dudes. I'm in a fight. I need men. Hold on. Just give me 1 second. And we're back. Alright, we lost a few people here and there, but not a big deal. Worthy sacrifices for the cause. See, ominous background noises. No, there's nobody in my basement. That is a myth. I don't know what you're talking about. AI in Star Sector prefers energy weapons, so they're by definition cringe. Well, I guess that's not surprising when your name is hit with bricks. I suppose you'd prefer a space brick launcher. We might free spindle. We'll see. The real deciding factor is how hard is it? Because if it's hard, then, I mean, I don't really want to do that. There is just a nebula lying around, but if I'm going to get more crew capacity, I'd rather get free don't. Nice. Should take all of these back over to home. Can you revive factions? Maybe? I think so. Some people have said you can. A big brain man, have a good stream. I hope new tier list will be soon. I am addicted. Yeah, I should finish the tier list. I should do that. I'll have to work on that. Let's see. I could probably get it done before next week. I think that's reasonable. You can gift plan. Yes, I know you can gift. You can gift it to dead factions. Okay, so you can revive factions. Vote. War between VAC and Luddic Church. No. I don't care if you guys want to fight VIC. I don't. I'm more, just fight Tritachyon and be happy. You silly little pilgrims. Fight Tritachyon and be happy. Okay. What we are looking at here is another... How much money would I make if I had this? A couple, maybe 20,000. Nothing crazy. I do already have the combat drone replicator, so I might as well upgrade to heavy batteries. Unless... No, I can afford to finally restore the gown to its full potential. But I do also need to restore everything else, now that I think about it. Because we did just take a major battle, so let's hold on to that cash and see if I can restore a couple more ships. That's 1 million, so no. That's fine. They've all got that structural damage. This one did a surprisingly good job surviving. I guess it's got that long-range loadout and that mobility, so that would do that. Yeah, this is the one I just upgraded too. That's a shame. But what if I do commit to that idea and instead grab this? Can it actually afford this? That's the question. Can it actually afford this? So watch that flux bar and see if it's pushing itself too far or if it's reasonable. Isn't kinetic mainly found on that single weapon from the gas station? Damn. Yeah, I probably shouldn't be reading that without context. Oh, yeah, okay. I mean, there's a graviton beam and kinetic blaster. That's kind of... Yeah, okay, so... No, the answer is no, that's too much. It ended up taking damage because it just went a little gung-ho with the, Yeah. No, not happening. We're not doing that. It's a bit crazy. Where is the... That has 800. Wait, hold on. I could use a Rexon instead of a railgun. It's going to have lower deep... Let's see, damage per second is... But it does have 200 hit strength. It's kind of tempting. I think I'll stick with the railgun, though. Yes, sir. Let's go with that. And I'll restore it. And what about you? 40,000? Yeah. 34,000? Yeah. 60,000. Yeah, so I can restore the little guys. And I'm going to have to save up to restore all of these again. But other than that, we're looking pretty good. We've got a little, little prize, a little trophy for that one. HSS free don't. How good is the Kinetic Blaster if the rarity was taken out of the equation? Not great. It's very meh. Yeah, that's about right. Like, if you compare it to the Heavy Blaster, I don't know if I have any Kinetic Blasters. Yeah, I'm going to say no. So, compared to the Heavy Blaster, what does it got? What happens? Okay, it's the same ordnance points, same weapon mount, same range. What happens? You take the damage and you cut it in half. And then you change it to kinetic. And the efficiency goes from 1.44 to 1.5. The efficiency is actually slightly worse. And it does half the damage. And that is the price that you pay for kinetic damage. Hello chat, hello Big Brain, hello Philip Duda. But yeah, that's the idea. That's the thing about the Kinetic Blaster, is like kinetic damage is really good, but the price that you pay for that compared to a Heavy Blaster is you're just doing straight up half the damage per shot with a slightly worse flux efficiency at 1.5. The whole idea is that you get the same DPS. It does the same DPS as a Heavy Blaster against shields for like a little over half the flux cost. The problem with that is the same problem that kinetic weapons always have, which is that the enemy can drop their shields and just tank the hits on the armor. They can't do that against the Heavy Blaster. The Heavy Blaster is 500 damage energy per shot. So while the Heavy Blaster and the Kinetic Blaster do the same shield DPS, as soon as the enemy tries to drop their shields and armor tank those hits, the Heavy Blaster is going to be vastly more punishing than a Kinetic Blaster. And you do pay a lot of flux for that, but it's noticeable in the performance. There's a lot more situations where I think you can find use for a Heavy Blaster, whereas a Kinetic Blaster, like maybe if you've got a ship where you're trying to stack up like 3 Heavy Blasters, you could switch out one of them for a Kinetic Blaster to save some flux. Because if you've already got 2 Heavy Blasters, they're going to do pretty good. They're going to do a pretty good job at mulching armor and hull. And if you just want extra DPS against the shields, then throw in a Kinetic Blaster. But I think in most situations, you're going to pick Heavy Blaster first. Like if you look at the Omega weapons, the Omega hybrid weapons that do kinetic damage, they don't have nearly as bad downsides as the Kinetic Blaster, because they're actually meant to be good. Or they're meant to be, well, a little overpowered, really, because they're Omega weapons. You get the idea. For some reason, I just can't start liking high-tech stuff. Too used to damage and range of ballistics. Are there any cure? The cure is probably finding a high-tech ship with insane speed and burst damage. Because, yeah, you might miss out on the long-range DPS of ballistic weapons. But there really is nothing that can replace driving up to the enemy, blowing them up in one hit, and then immediately driving away. My main goal is to blow up, and then act like I don't know nobody. LG ships are let down by their weapons. That's kind of the point, I believe. That was the lore reason they were introduced. Is like Andrada was just developed a special weapons like he's like, we need a special unique a special weapon package. Go build it. And then they did, but it turns out it doesn't actually fit their ships. And then that was a bad move. That was kind of the point. I mean, I think the idea is more kind of like, you think of Germany in World War II with the whole Wunderwaffen that they had. They all have like all these wonder weapons that they've got to deploy. They're like, ooh, we're going to make a special tank, the Mouse, which is a joke because the Mouse is actually the biggest tank ever. And yeah, that was a bad idea. Even if they managed to finish the prototypes before the war ended, it's too big to cross a damn bridge. Like, it's just, like, it's not durable enough to act as a bunker, but it's not mobile enough to act as a tank. It was just a terrible idea from conception. And there's a lot of other products they had. You know, I think people like to romanticize the so-called technological prowess of Germany during World War II, but at the end of the day, they started making a lot of that cutting-edge technology was just really stupid ideas. And then you get to, of course, to the History Channel, and they start showing UFOs chained up in the basement. Because, like, how did they have all this technology? It must be from UFOs. Man, there was a time when the History Channel was good, but those days are long gone. We're going to make a big antimatter. Yeah, I love the description on it. They're like, okay, so they're building this big antimatter blaster. And I know that sounds scary, but it's actually bad, so we should let them. At least the Giga Cannon's getting a buff. It is getting that. It's not going to stay awful forever. Okay, so I do think, yeah, I've actually managed to restore basically everything. I've only got these 3 that need to be further restored. These 3 are the ones that remain. Okay. Yeah, no, that looks good. I've even got more S-mods. I can get a couple more, so I could get this one and probably you. Yeah, I think you could use a flux distributor. It's been far too long. Actually, that's right, your guy doesn't even have... Oh, that sucks. You don't even have ordnance expertise. That's just embarrassing. You really need ordnance expertise on these things. But even so... Let's see. Yeah, let's get a Hephaestus. Even without ordnance expertise, let's get the right guns. Wait, do I only have 2 railguns? No, I have more. Okay. It's just questionable. Yeah, if I don't have ordnance expertise, then I don't think I can go triple railgun. I'll just get like a light autocannon instead. There we go. Now that's a real gun. Now he's got the right weapon set up. You might not like it, but this is peak Manticore performance. Everyone else, so it's just you. Yeah, I can get one more for you. And then everybody... Oh, wait, no, you can also get one more. That's right. But I'm probably just going to S-mod stabilize shields and get more capacitors, which... Also, I can just do that. It's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. Yeah, I don't see why not. Wasn't really doing anything else at those points. Just get a bit more capacity. Effectively better shields. Seems like a good idea, especially since it does, well, this is a bit misleading because they are magazine weapons with expanded magazines, so this is probably a bit higher, but overall it's still got a bit of spare dissipation we can use for the soft flux. Never tried VIC. Mod ships look fun. Yeah, they look really good too. These things are pretty cool. Yeah, the VIC has already cornered the market for the fragile... Well, I say that, but like... There's a couple of mod factions that have really sort of... Because, like, when you start modding ships, or at least when I started modding ships, like, I started finding that, like, oh, you know, what would be really cool would be, like, a high-mobility ship with hybrid weapons. But it's like, but then how do you balance that? You balance that by making it fragile, and oops, I've accidentally made... It's like, oops, wait a minute, hold on. Diablo Avionics and Volkov Industries have already kind of cornered that market. They've already done most of what you can do with that kind of design philosophy. But I can see why. It is like immediately like, wait a minute. This could be cool. That's what happens as soon as you start playing around with those tools. Yeah, I think now that we're all repaired and ready to go, well, first I got to use a little more fuel. And I want to drop these off instead of lugging them around. But now we can go blue. Is blue. We do have to worry about that AI inspection. And by worry about, I mean ambush. But first, I mean, this is kind of right on the path anyways. So let's go see if we can do a little decivilizing. All I saw was the built-in minigun on a crack. That thing is pretty cool. The hegemony is taking from the Syndrians, and it's working. Faction eliminated, Syndrian Diktat. Look at that. What do you know? The hegemony has reclaimed Asconia in 216. I keep trying to say 21 because 1,000, but no, it's not 1,000, it's 100. Cycle 216, the hegemony reclaims Syndria. Well, the gas station's not gone. It's more like under new management. Let's do a nice quick save here. Alright, how do we approach this? By running straight at it, of course. Yeah, what are you guys going to do about it? Is this a star? No, it's just a basic orbital station. Okay. It is just a basic orbital station. This is going to be fairly easy. Just deploy all these. In fact, let's go on autopilot. Let's see how the AI handles this ship. The lobsters are no longer blue. The hegemony is going to make them orange. Actually, orange lobsters could be kind of cool. Imagine if they like genetically breed the lobsters so that they all come out with like the hegemony phoenix on it. You know, special limited edition Volturnian Phoenix printed lobsters. Yeah, the Star Fortress I've heard is pretty scary, but this is just an orbital station. Which you can see, at least shape-wise, it's a bit taking after midline, isn't it? With the long... Get him, boys. Nice. Now, let's see. Do I actually want to go through with an invasion, though? Probably not. That's bombardment. Yeah, because this whole... man, it should just be so easy to deal with this. But oh, okay, hold on. I'm going to try a saturation bombardment and see if they hate me. We're going to see what happens. Ah, there it is. An atrocity of this scale cannot be hidden. Due to their hatred of the Hivers, the following factions can be expected to overlook your crime. Basically all of the factions. So you can just saturate bombard them. I don't need Marines. Okay. Well, I might use my Marines to take back Spindle and revive the faction. But for Diablo Avionics, they've still got a base left. They don't need this. Can I do it again? $25 fuel. This is easy. You just got nuked from orbit. How does it feel? Oh, that's a good point. Actually, yeah, can I scavenge those stations? Is that doable? Apparently they want to fight me. I don't think that's going to end well for them, but we can do that. Absolutely. You want to engage? Let's engage. Let's tango. Let's go. Let's do the Charleston, as the kids say. Yeah, apparently they approve of this one time. They're like, you know, it's the Hivers. You can war crime them a little bit. As a treat. You can war crime them a little bit. As a treat. Just for you. Yeah, I'm gonna revive Spindle, don't you worry. Although, will the faction characters survive? I don't know. We will find out. Yes. You guys thought you stood a chance. Why are you so close when you have all this range? That's probably why you died to the... Well, the phase ships could probably catch up to you anyways, but still. Seems a bit silly, doesn't it? Well, the Rift Torpedo didn't even reach the target, it just died. So, let's take care of you. Let's scrap another one. Actually, I think the Hiver fleets might be easier than the Special Bounty. I mean, this isn't exactly a big... Like, these two fleets I'm fighting aren't exactly big, but still. This might be easier. Yeah, these blue missiles have such a fast recharge rate, it's almost impossible to actually run out. You know, once you get that elite missile specialization, of course. The baseline you could run out, but with elite missile specialization, the recharge rate's fast enough that they basically just can fire constantly. Alright, let's try and make sure that this guy doesn't get away. This is kind of all that's left. Alright, you took a... Oh, you didn't take a lot of damage. You took a little bit of damage and your armor's just paper thin, that's all. That makes sense. Wait, is it not? Why is it moving forward? You know, let's just claim victory. We'll pursue them. It's easier. Pursuit battles, the clean and easy way to pick off the corpses of your enemies. Yeah, so if you destroy this place, it becomes a just an abandoned dock. Nice. It's cool. Yeah, let's see if we can scavenge a little bit. Not that it matters too much. It's like, ooh, 36 supplies. Wow. I'm making bands. I don't need 36 supplies. Damn. All right, let's see if I can bombard this planet. Let's see, this one actually has a Star Fortress, and apparently a supporting fleet. I mean, the supporting fleet is in the ether somewhere, but it exists. This is going to be actually a real battle. This one has a nano forge. So what I'm guessing is if this has a pristine nanoforge and I bomb it into oblivion, then I will find the nanoforge in the ruins afterwards, right? Don't, please. I can always raid it to steal the nanoforge. Probably not. Yeah, I'll just steal the nanoforge and then bomb them into oblivion. That's going to be more reliable. Yeah, that's a lot more than what I have. As always, stealing a pristine nanoforge is basically impossible. It's unreasonably difficult. But if I destroy the orbital station, it's going to get a lot easier. Maybe if I do enough tactical bombardments, I can get it down. Size 7 Terran. Yeah. I mean, the point of this playthrough is just to kill the bugs, really. I mean, you could sit there and say that we're going to lose markets, like, markets to sell to. But, like, okay, what am I using all that money for? So that I can restore my ships, so that I can do what? First things first, regardless of what action I want to take here. The first step is to blow up the fortress. There's no doubt about that. If this Diablo Avionics fortress also happens to have... If it also ends up carrying those, Hiver fighters, then we could be... Okay, no, it's still using the Wanzers. Perfect. If it was using Hiver fighters, this would be a bit ridiculous. I can see why people would say this is difficult. I see a massive swarm of fighters that almost took out my cruiser, and they're still threatening the cruiser because apparently they just, despite the massive swarm of everything that we were shooting at them all over the place, they somehow got out the other side. I don't know how, but they did. No, I'm pretty sure I turned that off a second ago, but somehow my Super Cruise mode was still active. Wow, I actually managed to overload it with the Rift Torpedo, which gave me a chance to vent. Beautiful. Once again, that is an overload. I can vent and survive. Looks like my cruiser survived as well. Kind of impressive. Yeah, now we're in a rough spot. Kind of need other ships to help approach. Take some pressure off. There's all these damn fighters. Got to make sure these auto lances are actually taking them out. There we go. Come on. That's what I like to see. And here come the missiles. Please take them out. Thank you. Wow, these flat cannons on my fighters are actually doing a really good job. That's great. Okay, so this thing is apparently going to die. I don't know what's going on with the Focalor that it keeps getting itself killed. Like, why is it out here? How is it out here? What is it doing? A lot of questions. Not a lot of answers. Shout out to the Invictus, inventing from the 3 capitals and nothing happens. Yeah, the Invictus is special in that way. That's for sure. Huh? What is this thing? Deep strike pod. Oh, that's got to be part of its abilities, the station's abilities. I mean, this would probably be a little more doable if they didn't also have a Hiver fleet supporting it. Then we could probably take on the station. But it looks like the Hiver fleet is built into the planet. And I don't know how I'm going to actually kill any of these things. Kind of in a rough spot here. Okay. Like, I swear this battle is moving at a snail's pace. Now I can vent. It's a constant barrage of these things. These missiles just don't stop. Yeah, the Ludic, the Knights of Lud are not doing well against that. Okay, so that did kill something. Cool. How much damage have I done to the station? I should have damaged some kind of module. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay, we can wipe that thing out pretty quickly. Just gotta convince them to get a little further away from the station. That's all. God, there's so many Hiver ships, though. There's so many of them. I don't know if we can do this. I don't know if we've got the endurance to take a beating from this damn station while we do this. I need my other ships to actually clean things out quickly. Uh-oh, I overloaded. Uh-oh. Oh, there goes my side module. That was not part of what I was trying to do. I forgot to right-click. Yeah, no, there it goes. This is completely fucking ridiculous. Yeah, I don't think we can do that. We'd have to make some very serious changes. Oh, of course. Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart the game too. Lovely. I'm not even sure why. It was running just fine. I guess, yeah. Alright, here we go. Yeah, like a lot of the fleet wasn't really killing anything during that fight. They were definitely taking too long. I could probably beat it after a few runs, but at the same time, I don't think it would be very fun. I think it tries to load a save while the previous game is loaded in memory. Well, that would be weird. Rift torpedoes are therapeutic, I agree. Therapeutic is the word for those. You just hit them with one projectile and they disappear. You know, there's no... You know, it's full Bob Ross mode when the Rift torpedoes start flying. You know, it's just a happy little accident. Boom, and the ship is gone. Here we can paint across the ebony sky. We can paint the sky crimson with our Rift torpedoes. Oops, we accidentally bumped into a ship and it disappeared. But that's okay. It's just a happy little accident. It's always fun when you get a flash flood warning text on your phone at 3:30 in the morning. That's Australia. Classic Australian moment. Alright, well, I'm going to ignore this place because that's a huge pain in the ass. Because Nexerlin adds defense fleets, so you can't even isolate it from the fleet. There's not a whole lot we can do there without beating our head against a wall or changing our fleet entirely. So I'll just take the one victory I did get. Alright. Yeah, they're a little up. And this is, of course, another invasion. I wonder what the Hiver orbital stations actually look like. I guess we'll find out when we get there. But yeah, I've got to restore some of my ships with that cash. And then I've got to head out, and I've got to... Once again, this is a Class 7 military world. I guess the Spindle station might be easier than the Diablo Avionics station. I guess that's what we're going to hope for. First I'll take Jacquard, the gas giant. Shh, we have to be quiet, or the hegemony will hear us. Base department. Peace with Tritachyon. Pass. Nice. You're telling me humanity sectored these stars? Yes, humanity did. What did you think I was going to use? An Ember? Of course I would use a humanity. Yeah, I'm just going to camp out here for 20 days. I'll even move over to this nebula to be even stealthier. $330 is not bad. Have you guys beaten all the main menu missions? I'm new to the game and I'm wondering if they're a good way to learn. I think some of them can be. Like, at least the first few will give you a good idea. Like, the first few where you only have a small number of ships are a good way to learn how to pilot. And then there's a couple that are good for learning fleet combat. You think I missed the Hegemony fleet? Oh, you know what? That might have been it, yeah. I didn't even think of that. That big blob might be them. Although, of course, they move slowly, so I can catch up to them fairly easily. Now that you point it out. Yeah, they were definitely off track. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, there they are. It's not even... Yeah, we're just going to watch this one. This is a spectator sport. We're just going to watch. Sinking the Bismarck is a vanilla mission. That is part of vanilla. Zig motes are kind of active defense, that's true. Isn't point defense an active defense system in and of itself? That mining blaster, cryoblaster combo. Oh yeah, they've got mining drones with actual mining blasters. That's right. Got him. He didn't phase the second time. Ooh, lucky. Well, that's a good question, Jupiter. Where do you find Odysseys? The thing is, I think that they're pretty rare. Your best bets would be Tritachyon does get them. So you're probably going to want to have a good reputation with Tritachyon and try to get into their military markets. See, how are you guys doing? Very okay. You're still chasing this. I guess the Lasher is faster. Independent military sellers are my go-to for Odysseys. Really? And I know Independent does have access to them sometimes. But yeah, it's your best bets are Tritachyon and Independent as well. Look at that sad onslaught just getting destroyed by Diablo Avionics firepower. Womp womp. Hammer Barrage. The Holy Fury of Lud. Is this thing going to get away after being... No, of course not. Okay, you guys got it just barely. It took you the whole fight, but you did it. Excellent. AI inspection failed. That's what I like to hear. The first system you jumped into in your new playthrough had an Odyssey. That's pretty lucky. Okay, time to go into Star Sector files. I have modding ideas I must evaluate. Well, good luck with that. Yeah, I think I've got enough cash to restore a couple more ships. And then we're going to pay a little visit to an old friend. So this is like 160, 190. Yeah, I guess I'll restore this one. Luckily, the Knights of Lud ship didn't end up with like structural damage, because that would have been brutal. That would have been absolutely brutal. I guess the question is, do I want to S-mod heavy armor? Maybe S-modding a repair unit would work better. It kind of needs it. Yeah, I think there's a bit the repair on this thing's a bit lackluster. Let's get that. And we'll just hope that works out. And now, spindle. Here we come. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I am told that you can gift these to dead factions. So we're going to try that. We're going to try and take the easier planet of the two. And eventually we'll take back Spindle. Although I doubt we're going to be able to do it right now. We will try. It's always so strange how the moment you peek outside the core worlds, you immediately find a bunch of stuff. Like, there's no scavengers at all. I mean, I kind of get that. But I think part of the idea is that... there's probably more stars than what you're seeing here. It's just that none of those stars actually have anything valuable. So John Starsector, with his, with his perfect instincts, doesn't go to them. He just he's naturally drawn to the treasure because he's John Starsector. I think that's the way that it works. Alright, so there is a battle station. Well, it's just a regular old battle station. See if the AI can pilot this thing well enough against a simple station. AI Gown versus basic high-tech battle station. Fight. What? Tired? Impossible. There's no way I would be tired. That's fake news. Alright, it's fake news, everyone. He says I'm tired. I'm not tired. I've never been more awake in my life. It's fake news. It's the lying media telling you that I'm tired. I am not tired. I mean, I walked into this room and I said, wow, this is a room. And I'm really awake. That's the best I got. How was that? How was my impression? I don't know. Once you give the planet back to Spindle, if they're going to win against the Rebels. I mean, I walked into the room and they offered me coffee and I said, what is this coffee? Yeah, I don't need to. I'm like I might as well be made of coffee. I've never been tired in my life because all I do is work. I'm the hardest working man you've ever met. Wasn't terrible. Alright, yeah, because it's definitely not the kind of impression I would normally do. Middling. Middling to decent. Honestly, kind of better than I would have expected. I don't think my impression there is too good, but I'll take a middling. My name is Captain Jedicus Rex. I've never been I've never been more awake in my life. I've just killed 1,000 billion people. And they said that there would never be 1,000 billion people on this starbase, and I said, that's completely a lie. I was there myself. I saw it. I saw them bringing in more people. There was 1,000 billion people on that starbase, and I blew it up. Because that's good for the Chadicus unit. Yes, people. And they died. This is so sad. Alexa, play Despacito. Yes, once for each civilian casualty. Just in a sequence. Alexa, could you do that for me? Alright, that's going to play for a while. Or it would if I had an Alexa. But for someone who does have an Alexa, maybe you're listening to this on speakers. That would be funny. Let's see. Can we do an invasion? Yes. Let's do the invasion. Proceed. Yes. Alright, and now it gets complicated. Because for whatever reason, it's got to be more complicated than it needs to be. Movement points, 540. Oh boy. Can we do this as much automatically as possible? I do have a lot of Marines, but still. Alpha Company. Okay. I mean, this is a good example of why raiding is really simple. It's like, if you like this sort of thing, then this could be good, but it's like, you know. So, actually, there's a similar problem. Like, games that have been inspired, 4X games that have been inspired by Master of Orion 2, some of them have looked at the ground combat in Master of Orion and said, this ground combat is too simple. I've heard that there's a better ground combat system out there, but I'm not seeing it here in Master of Orion. They're using the worst ground combat system, one where it's automatic. The troops just kill each other. It's a horrible, it's just a travesty. It's a horrible excuse for a combat system. I could do a better combat system. And then they try to do a better combat system, and it's... And, like, even if the combat system's halfway decent, it's still distracting from the point of a 4X space game, which is to fight with spaceships. It feels like a detour every time you have to do ground combat. And that's even if it's good. If it's a lot of the time, it's not good. Right, auto move, right? We're just like I think this, I think this is going to automatically do it, yeah? I think if I set it to auto move like that, it'll just do it automatically. Turn 1, losses last turn, 59 Marines. Well, considering I have like 1,000, that's pretty... Yeah, you can see the Marines defending are only like a fraction of what I have, so we should be fine. Turn 2. If I need to, I can even go in for a little bombardment to help out. Hell yeah. So we did manage to take it. Very easy. Very nice. I don't know if that's going to be that simple for Spindle, but here, the Marines did their job. Now this place sucks, but I believe if you go special functions, faction directory, revanchist claims, what? Okay. So, wait, where's the one to give it? There's the option to give it to Spindle. You can send relief fleet. Okay, so there's a couple things. Someone mentioned a relief fleet, which this place could definitely use. How do you send in a relief fleet? Fetch my tax record, please. So there's definitely ground autonomy. Stack. Oh, you can create special task groups by giving them ships. Okay, that's new. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, because you do see the factions sometimes have their own special task forces with massive amounts of ships and all that. So you can create your own. That's pretty cool. I did not know that was a feature. Because that does mean that there would be, in theory, you could like build up a massive and powerful fleet and then donate the ships to one of your colonies, and then boom, now you've got a massive powerful fleet with a bunch of S-mods and stuff. You cannot really fleet your own planet. Okay. Station commander. Grant. No. Autonomy would not be the right thing. Transfer to another faction. There we go. Spindle. Yes. Okay. So now we can, so we've done that. No, I don't need to file my taxes. Forget about that. We're fine. So, okay, we can do a relief fleet now. Where? Special functions. Special functions, alright. What comes after that? So you press X to request fleet without a station. Mission. Ah! You've got to change the mission. Gotcha. Well, target market should be... It's... Oh, wait. So am I going to have to go to... Okay. No, origin market. I can... Yeah, I can change the origin market to whatever I want. Confirm. Target market. Here. Well, I'd like it to target itself. How do I target? It's saying I can target these places, but it's not letting me target this place. Alright, well I guess I'll have to look at that later. I'm not exactly sure what qualifies for a good target. Okay, I can help with your rebellion problem. Here's 100 Marines. I think that's a good idea. You need to wait a month for a planet that you just conquer? A whole month? Actually, while I'm at it, I could also take the... I have a sneaky idea. Why don't I also take the pirate market? There's nothing stopping me. I can rebuild Spindle by giving them the pirates that they themselves would just leave alone. But I can just kill them. After all, why shouldn't I? After all, why shouldn't I use my super ship to take over the galaxy? So the AI is using Super Cruise mode, that's good. What the? Okay, so they've got a portal gun, clearly. Firing a bunch of purple bullshit. Which seems very high-tech for this station, but we'll let it slide. government doesn't want you to know this, but pirate planets are actually free. You can just take them and nobody will stop you. I mean, the pirates will try to stop you, but let's be real. They're not going to. You can just take pirate planets. Just like most things at the store. If you're clever enough, look, if you walk out and nobody knows you walked out with it, then it's free. Simple as. That's the law. You know, game recognizes game. What can I say? Boom. I think, unfortunately, the only real upgrade at this point would be S-modding, like the, you can see here that the sides are kind of maxed out on flux. So I would like a few more vents. I don't know if I need 15, though. I'll probably just S-mod the repair unit to bring down the repair, cut the repair time in half. But then again, it's like, for the most part, they're not running into that issue either. Human Cruiser from Star Control just looks like a wider apogee. Well, that's because both of them have a common inspiration. They're both inspired by the F-22 Raptor. That's why they have that silhouette with like the big, like, circle at the front and then like a narrow body. Like, all of that is modeled after the very famous ship, the F-22 Raptor. Which is a good choice because the F-22 Raptor looks good. It's a very likable ship. The sides can't just vent? No, the sides are actually controlled. The venting of the sides is based off of the middle. So, like, the sides can't vent independently. That is, in fact, something they can't do. Let's launch a little invasion. Once again, we're going to automate a lot of this. I don't know if that's going to help much, but we're going to do it. Yeah, now for the gown, one of the limitations is semi-modular design. If the core overloads, the modules overload. Modules can't vent individually. Core venting also triggers venting in modules. Modules can't be equipped with shields. Yeah, those are limitations. Honestly, when it comes to the gown, I think as far as super capitals with multiple modules go, they did a pretty good job making it feel like balanced. It's surprisingly balanced. Although apparently they've reduced the deployment points from 100 to 80 in a newer patch, is what the word is. That's what I've heard, which would be a bit weird because I feel like at 100 it's just right. The only downside to any super capital is going to be a little overpowered in player hands, though. But setting that aside, I think it's pretty well balanced. Well, well, well. Look what belongs to me now. Huh? Well, last time I had to pick up the Marines out of storage. This time they're just already here. I don't know how they teleported back. Maybe because I just stayed... Maybe it's because I just stayed really close that they automatically came back. Okay. So once again, we're going to hand this over to Spindle, although they're going to have a rough time controlling it. No, not autonomy. Transfer to Spindle. Yes. I mean, Spindle let these pirates just sit here for years. I'm getting business done. As a matter of fact, that would be kind of fun. It's just going around the galaxy and capturing all of the pirate bases and handing it over to the faction in that system. That would be one way of doing things. Special functions. No. I want to go here. I can help with your rebellion problem. Give them some more marines. Give them some supplies. I mean, that should be fine. I guess the question is, has it been long enough? It probably hasn't been a month. But I'll try to send a relief fleet. It may not work, but we must try. No. Special functions, request a fleet, mission, relief, origin market. Target market. Apparently it has been long enough. Confirm. I don't know why it just says 400. Is that just like a fixed number? Fleet request budget, 725 out of 300. Sure. Yes. Continue. So I guess it's over our budget, but we're going to do it anyways. What the? Where did they come from? Nope. Eat my shorts. Eat my goddamn shorts. Suck on these nuts. And get out of here. You didn't even stand a chance. Okay, so relief fleets have a fixed size. Gotcha. It's just for other mission types that you can scale them. Don't forget to transfer all goods from colony storage to colony stockpile before giving planet away. Otherwise, that monthly... I think I did take all of... I think I just took all the resources in storage, didn't I? There's no way I don't seem to be paying for storage, so... Yeah, I think we're good. Let's go home. Won't they retake the Spindle planet? They might. But I need to go home and grab more supplies and stuff. I'll be back to do something about Spindle. Yes, we'll do something. Those were counter-invasion? Well, they seem to be chasing after me. So it'd be weird if they were counter-invasion. Mission... Yeah, Vengeance Fleet mission over. What, did they die on the way? Did they die of old age? What happened there? So we've got 2 Spindle worlds. We'll see if I can restore the last one. It's theoretically possible. Undergoing repairs. Really? What for? 77%. It would be nice if this gets up to max size, then we can... Oh, is the Hiver fleet here? No, that's not happening. Oh, this one is here, isn't it? Yeah, it is here. Okay. Well... I forgot that this would be... I didn't realize that the timing would be so perfect, but apparently they blew up my station. It's an invasion. They somehow destroyed the station, but it looks like ground combat hasn't started yet. They destroyed the station, but they have not initiated ground combat. That's kind of weird. Alright, well, first things first. Let's have a look at the situation. Probably should have assigned this first before we... Yeah, that would have been good. Do I even want to do that? How much of a difference does that really make? Not a whole lot. And it's too bad I did not assign an alpha core here first. That would have been good. At the very least we can. It's 15,000. How good is this? It's about the same. The next thing we can do is restore. Oh, I can't restore that. Never mind. We can restore this one. Gotta wait a little more before we can restore that. Alright. We took a Hiver planet, we took a pirate planet, we revived the Spindle faction. Now it's time to defend our turf. Grand Invasion? I don't think so. A Grand Invasion looks like a bunch of piss babies to me. I mean, from the moment I saw your Grand Invasion, I knew this was going to be an easy fight. It's pathetic, really. You think you can show up with a bunch of spray-painted green plastic toys and act like it's a war fleet? I don't think so. Who do you think you're fooling? I'm an expert. I am a military strategist. I've been doing this for my job for the last 18 cycles. You are nothing. You are the dirt beneath my boot. Heck, I could hand off control to Robert Smith, and he could do it. And he's not even the... I mean, he can't even see because of his skin condition. It's covering his eyes at this point. The scales have covered his eyes, but he would still be able to take you out. You are nothing to me. Let's deploy all of that. Honestly, let's just autopilot this. Let's see how that does. Get him. Love the Cryoblaster. Streamer forgot to take his meds again. No, we're fine. Everything is fine. So what Star Control mod is this? It's the Sector mod. Actually, that would be kind of funny, is doing a modded one where I get like the Star Federation to cover FTL, and then try to bring back the Star Control mod as well. Just take all the mods from the other games that I've played and shove them into one playthrough. That would be kind of funny. I mean, I don't even need to do anything. The AI is good enough to just take the good old gown and show him the business end of a Rift torpedo. Look at all that blue shit. Goddamn. Star Control to Sector Top. I'm piloting the gown. Something like that. Eight-hour-long stream on Saturday. That still makes a good old Star Sector Sunday. That's right. I did miss Star. I did not. I believe last week I did. I didn't even do a Star Sector stream, so I figured I can't really skip it this time. But at the same time, playing Star Control really made me realize that as much as the combat is really good in Star Sector, outside of the combat, it's just not as gripping, you know? Like, yeah, you can play the markets to try and make a lot of money, and there's some mechanics around that, but like, when you're playing Star Control, it's just like one thing after another, where you're like, okay, I want to go talk to this race so I can get this thing, and then I got a clue to go here so I can grab this, so that I can then go here and give it to these guys and unlock this thing. It's like boom, 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 boom. It's just always something really interesting to do. Whereas Star Sector is one of those, you kind of gotta find things to do. You know, maybe when there's a bit more of an end game, we can try, like, we have it, like, challenge runs to make more sense. But it's like, right now, the end game boss being the Radiant, like, the Remnants. It's not really, it's like, oh, like, what are you gonna do? Speed run a fleet that can beat the Remnants? Eh, it's fine, I guess. Actually, that might be a good idea. It's just being like, okay, I'm going to make a challenge run where I have these restrictions on my fleet, and then I'm just going to show you, and then the fleet has to beat like an Alpha Core Radiant or something. Or maybe some other, like, modded enemy. What's your opinion on the VIC frigate? It's alright so far. I think it's fairly balanced. Totally addicted to the Star Control playthrough, by the way. Need more. Yeah, the game is a lot of fun. Did you finish the Luna Sea? Yeah, I did. I beat the boss there. Although there might be more content there, because after beating the boss, you gain the ability to teleport back. So, maybe there's more content there, but, oh, transfer command. Wait, you're telling me that it's not... They retreated and then maneuvered in for more combat. Really? And they did manage to kill one of my kobolds, which is a bit annoying. Fleet low-tech only X3 Ordos. Eh. It's like I hear that and it's just like... That's just a low-tech playthrough. I'm trying to think of, like, what would be a good objective, and then what would be... Like, it needs to be, like, a good objective that's, like, well-defined, right? Right, like if I'm trying to beat a certain number of remnants, then I would have to, like, clearly define, like, I need at least... It needs to have, like, at least an Alpha Core Radiant and, you know, maybe 600 deployment points of ships or something. As, like, the minimum floor for, like, the fleet, and then for the enemy that I'm trying to beat. The thing is, it's like... I don't know, it's not super... Like, that works, but it's not super exciting. There's the special bounty, and that would be a good target. Because it's, you know, pre-programmed in its design. And it's got the Tesseract in it, so that's a pretty unique feature. The problem with that is it's really hard to get it to spawn. Now, if there was a mod that added more difficult bounties... that are, like, on par with that difficulty, that would be a different thing. Which is something I'm thinking about. Is I don't really know how to add that myself, but if I could, then that would be the kind... I would make something like that. Like, I'll probably have to learn a bit more about modding, which is going to be difficult. But if I can implement, like, custom-made bounties, just as, like, an endgame threat, that would be pretty fun. I always avoid the VIC frigate. Well, are you talking about the Cobalt, or are you talking about the Phase frigate with the large energy? Which one are we talking about here? Okay, yeah, we got the air invasion. We're good. That's all taken care of, and I can immediately restore this. There we go. Story points, got another one. Might as well upgrade something. Yeah, I know, I've got the bounty board. The thing is, I did the bounty board earlier in this run. There's a bunch of different bounties, and some of them are pretty cool. Actually, that might be a good way of doing it. Are you ore farming? Should I become unemployed? What are you talking about? Why anime? Good question. I start by taking a mod that already does something to bounties and looking at how it does it. Yeah, that would be the place to start. Why anime mod? Why no furry? Because IDB and the bounty board are two separate things. One is from Ship Weapon Pack, the other is from Magic Lib. Yeah, I think I could look at trying to, well, at the very least, some of the bounties that show up on the bounty board are pretty cool. And playing through with this this is kind of like my first time really seeing them. So I could take something like the Zontek bounty and set that as the target. You know, the one with like, it's got like a phase capital ship that can lock you in place. So I could say, okay, for this run, my goal is to take out the highest level bounty for Zontek, and then I have to do it with a fleet that's only like 120 deployment points or something. Like, that could be a run that I would do. Because then it's like, okay, clear starting, like a clear trajectory for the whole run. It's like every step that I'm making is moving towards that goal. Because even though I set the goal as beating the bugs, it's just kind of a little all over the place for this one. Sorry, I forgot the Cobalt was talking about the phase frigate. Yeah, I have not really used that one because it looks really strong. That's the TLDR. The Infernal Bounty would be a good target as well. That thing gives me nightmares. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Is picking one of, you know, on one side I'm going to work on figuring out how to do what they're doing and implement bounties like that, and on the other side I could do runs where my whole goal is to kill one of these bounties that people have already made. Wait, the Zontek capital, there is, I don't know if there's other ones, but at least the bounty that I fought, yeah, there's a phase Zontek capital ship. Phase ship plus player tends to be broken as soon as you make something stronger than a gremlin. Yeah, pretty much. The gremlin is kind of underpowered, really. I mean, it's got the same deployment point cost as a pirate phase. As a pirate shade, rather. So the pirate shade is the same deployment point cost as a gremlin. And you would assume that the pirate shade would have lower deployment. Like, the pirate shade has less ordnance points than the regular shade as punishment for being, you know, only 6 deployment points. And it still has more ordnance points than the gremlin. The gremlin only has like 35. And the pirate shade has 45. And that's on top of the pirate shade just being better in every other possible way. It's just got better stats. It's got better speed, better flux, better weapon mounts, better ability, better everything. It's just better at everything. Like, what is the gremlin going for it? Like, you know, the rugged construction? That's about it. Hey, gamers. Hello, RoboT. My first major feat was to use AI using phase spam in the campaign. Yeah, we did fight that earlier. We fought that earlier this stream, and it was pretty rough. We lost most of our ships. Oh my god. That's funny. Alright. Well, I guess the next step is... What is the next step? What am I doing? Honestly, that's the thing, is like, I don't... Bombing all of the Hiver worlds is not... It's like... I guess? It's kind of whatever. It's like, I do have a fleet that I find fun. It's just like, I don't really see much of a purpose in using it. It's like, oh, what am I going to do? Kill the bugs? I guess so. But at this point, what's stopping me from just doing that right now and just sat bombing all of them? Like, why not just go do that? That's kind of the problem I'm running into. Have you seen the Chronosos class phase frigate? I don't think so. That doesn't sound familiar. Why not join the Hivers? That is a great question. Why not join the enemy? Well, at the very least, we're going to go home first. We're going to go home. And we're going to drop off all of this extra crap. And then... That's a good question. And then what? I think I'm just going to bomb them into oblivion. Although, how possible is that? Some of these star fortresses are a bit too strong. Hiver Fleet Vengeance 1, mission over, mission over. Didn't we see that like 5 minutes ago? Or they said Vengeance Fleet level 1, mission over. I don't know what those guys are doing. Make Spindle join the base department. That's a good idea. We should get Spindle to join the base department. I mean, they still have their colonies. And then I'll see if I can start bombing the Hivers. Where green stars? Great question. I mean, Hivers are harder than the normal factions to fight, that's for sure. Because they have overpowered fighters. Robert seems like the perfect diplomat. No. Robert's more of a... He's more of a talk with his bullets kind of guy. He's not very diplomatic. It's not his style. Huh? Peace. Yes. Actually, how do you invite other factions into your alliance? I forget. I don't use this function too much. Oh my god, look at the church is just so dead. This video had been stuck at the end for a while. Well, that might be because it's a live stream. Go to the planet. Oh, yeah. Okay. Actually, what's our relationship with this faction? Neutral. Yeah, it's just that our relationship's not high enough. Okay. Easy enough. We know what to do. Still not high enough. But well, I've got AI cores, so I can turn those in. Still not high enough. Modified government strength. Well, so I help you with your rebellion problem, but you don't actually give me any reputation. That seems interesting. I'm not using these. Yeah, I don't think it's high enough. Oh, wow, it actually just barely got us over. Nice. Would you look at that? That's another W for the base department. Right, well, I'm going to do a quick save here because I'm about to go bomb the shit out of some bugs. Let's go bomb them. It's time to fulfill a contractual obligation. Save scum? No, never. No. Just saving in case the game crashes or something, you know. I'm sure you understand. I think I've got enough fuel. Look, I don't know. We're going to find out when we get there. Alright, kids? Be quiet. We'll get there when we get there. It's a thick asteroid field. I know it's Spindle's capital. Yeah, this is a regular old high-tech fortress. This might be doable. Alright, we're gonna find out. Can we beat this? 73% easy. We're fine. We're totally fine. Actually, this one tends to survive. We'll escort that one. Yeah, this stream is sponsored by Nord Stream Alpha Antimatter Fuel. The best fuel for burning your enemy's corpses into the ground. Yes, our fuel is better for committing war crimes. Everyone else's fuel, it just doesn't hit. It hits different. It's different. Let's get that thing out of the way, and as soon as I get rid of it, of course, all of these adjust their positions. So let's kill this one. There's another one. They're all going to adjust their positions. I think we're fine. See, unlike the Diablo Avionics, compared to the Diablo Avionics one, the high-tech Star Fortress is going to be a lot easier. And I'm pretty sure it also does have an Alpha Core. The Manticore got disabled. That's a bit random. Why? Why are you so close? Back up a little bit. Yeah? I mean, high-tech stations are good. It's just compared to the Diablo Avionics Star Fortress, it's not as, not quite as much DPS on you. Not gonna lie, these shots make me hell hungry. They do be looking like ice cream. I'm just gonna let that one stand on its own. I don't need to comment on that. Alright, let's drop shield to... Don't want to overload just yet. Or ever, really, but... Okay, so yeah, I think this thing is like 80 deployment points. It's not obvious by looking at it, but that thing is pretty big. Not that it matters once you hit it with the reality disruptor. let's vent quickly. Let's try to move away from all the mines on my ass. Alright, we'll see how easy an invasion is when we're done cleaning this up. If it's too hard, I might just saturation bombardment. We'll see. We will see. Once again, the Sky Splitter finds itself obliterated. That's unfortunate. It's also just way too damn close. It's got a lot of range. Is it not a steady officer? Or I thought it was steady. Do I need to make it cautious? Or did I accidentally make it aggressive at some point? I'll have to double check that, because that's annoying. That's getting on my nerves. What mods are you playing? There is a mod list in the description. Or are you talking to somebody else? That would be a good question. Yeah, it'd be easier to tell you what mods I'm not playing. Yeah, that's a pretty common experience for a lot of heavily modded games. It's like, geez, let me tell you what I'm not playing. Okay, so we still are getting our asses beat pretty heavily, but unlike the Diablo Avionics one, we can actually beat the station. And once we get rid of the station, then the gown can clean up everything else. Alright, let's clean these guys up and recover our ships, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, so, yeah, I read your comment and just assumed it was about this, but yeah, no, it makes more sense. 100% hard flux dissipation. Not even the monitor has 100%. That does sound pretty crazy. Fact, stations are the biggest fleet anchors. Well, yeah, that's just a fact. There's not really anything to say about that. This is true. I mean, the Executor might be a little overtuned. That's a fair assessment. It's possible. Although it is 50 deployment points, so if it's stronger than an Onslaught, it really, it should be. Right? That's just how the math works out. Good day. Well, good day, Neuter. I'll take that Alpha Core. Let's see. Defenses, 9,200 compared to your 500. 2,000 fuel? Yeah, this is going to be easier to just bomb it. It's easier to just bomb it. Yeah, it went from 2,000 for the first one to 100 for the second one. As opposed to Marines, I would need so many. I would need like 18,000, 20,000 Marines, or I can just drop a little bit of fuel. I mean, they were working for the bugs. They're traitors. You guys understand this. Can you invade now? That's a good question. Yes. I mean, I permanently crippled this planet because it used to be Psi 7? Yeah, it was Psi 7, and I permanently crippled it, reducing it to like size 4. So it's never going to recover to Psi 7. We're not the bad guys, because bad guys always lose. That's true. It's a scientifically verified fact. Yeet. Alright. Okay. So that takes care of that. I am going to donate them over. But yeah, I think that's the direction I'm going to go. For the next few, I'm going to systematically remove the hivers from the sector. Okay, we're hitting the end game because there's kind of not much else to do. I've done all the cool bounties, I've done all the cool... Well, I've done most of the boss fights, but I'm not going to hunt down on, like, the last few of them. You know, like a lot of them involve phase ships, which are going to be annoying. Wait, who's going to pick up the Marines after now? Well, I can just go back into the system and pick them up. They're in storage now. I can just go clean them up. It's not going to be an issue. So as they say, it's no biggie. But yeah... That's going to be the plan going forward, is I'm going to go in, I'm going to bomb them, and if it's these worlds, I'm going to bomb into the dirt. Everywhere else, I'll probably capture. You know, maybe after doing a few civilian casualties here and there. But yeah... Because I kind of want to end this, I really just want to end this save file, I think, and start a new playthrough. Something a bit more focused. You're going to make Vietnam look like a walk in the park. Yes. How much rep was lost for war crimes? None, because the bugs are hated by everyone, and they overlook your little transgressions. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it here for now. I think I'm going to pick this up where we left. I'm going to pick this up next week, and we're going to go through these worlds, and we're going to clean them all out. And then after that, I'm going to pick up a new gimmick. Yeah. I'm going to pick up something that's a bit more focused. Do not forget to enjoy the sauce. True. Yeah, thank you everyone for showing up. Hope you all had a good time. Are you ending the stream because I just joined? Sorry, Saluda. Yeah, I think next week I'm going to try and do all of the hivers in one run, which is probably going to take like 4 to 6 hours. We'll see. I'll try to make like I'll try to make it like the final stream, but also like really long, and just do all of them in one go. So yeah. I'm going to call it here. Thank you all for watching. See you next week.